Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be talking more about Onyx and how to program inside of Onyx. In this video we're going to be starting making our groups and our presets, which is going to help us down the road make our playbacks and our scenes and our chases and our effects. So let's go ahead and jump on in. The first thing first, as you see, we've got all of our fixtures here, and I did mess up something in my last video, so let's go ahead and fix that real quick, just to make it easier for you guys. So if we go back to our patch, so hit Onyx and go to patch here, what I want to do is where it says locked 2, I want to actually grab everything on universe 2 and start it at 201. So now it's 201, 202, 203, 204, 205, 206, and do the same with everything on 300. I want to start at 301, just because it'll make it easier whenever we're calling up fixtures. Instead of fixture 300, it'll be 301. So now that that's there and done, we're good. And then now we can go ahead and start making our groups and such. So let's go ahead and just start making groups. So the first thing we want to do is go to our fixture presets. And here are all of our fixtures. So let's go ahead and just make a group for our front wash, which are all these pars. So we've got our fixtures selected. And then we can go over here and click record. And we don't need to worry about any of this stuff right now. Just tap a tile under groups. And then we'll just name it front wash. There we go. So there's our front wash. I like to do types of fixtures up top, and then like right below it like if I like to group them out certain ways. So what I want to do is grab our first 4, which is going to be stage. If you're looking at the stage, so house perspective, it'll be the first 4 lights. Then I want the center 8, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I want the last 4 selected. And then I'm going to name that here, and just name it as outer, because I know it's part of my front wash, so I just name it outer. And then 5 through 12, we'll grab those, we'll name those inner. And you'll see why I grouped them this way when we actually program them, but that's why I did that. That's how I do it. So I have an outer group and an inner group. Next, I just have to grab all my main blinders here. And then let's just go ahead and hit record and just name them blinders. And then obviously they are dual cobs, so this is 1 cob, so we'll just grab their group 1 here. And then I just like to name it group 1, because I know it's under blinders, so I know that group 1 is corresponding to these blinders. And then we'll just grab group 2 as well. There we go. Next, what we're going to do is the 6 bars. So let's just go ahead and grab all of our 6 bars. So to there. There's all of our 6 bars in pixels. So let's just go ahead and make that a group here. 6 bar 1000. There we go. And then, so you could group them, like group all group 1s down the row if you want to like actually custom do it that way. I don't like doing that. Here's what I honestly really like to do is just grab group 1s. And you can do this in any way that you want to, but I'm going to do odds and evens. So this is going to be every other pixel on a strip, and you'll see when we are programming and making presets and like actually doing pixels and stuff, you'll see what I mean. So this is gonna, I just had to name this odds. And then I'm gonna do the same but with evens. And this video might be a little confusing, but once you do it, once you watch the future videos, you'll see why I'm doing it the way I do it. But that doesn't mean you have to do your groups the way I'm doing my groups here. You can kind of group your fixtures however you guys want to. So don't do it just because I'm doing it this way, but you know, you can. And then I like to do every other one like this as well. So I will make this a left group, and then I will do the same again on here and make that a right group. So scroll down, record here, right. There we go. So I like to do it, you know, going down like this. That's just me. You guys don't have to do it that way if you don't want to, but that's just how I like to group my fixtures. So next, let's go ahead and grab our strobes. And then we'll make a strobe group here. Let's just name it strobes. Make a plural. And then, like I said again, I'm going to do the every other pixel here. So we'll just make that, like I said, odds. And then we'll go back and we'll grab evens here. And then we'll hit record and evens. And then we'll do just left as well. And we'll hit right as well. That's how I meant. We'll hit right as well. There we go. So our strobes are done. Intimidator spots are next. So we'll go ahead and hit these. I bet I spelled this wrong, but I don't care. Intimidator spots. There we go. And then I like to do a left and right, so half left, half to right. And you'll see why I do these again later. But I just had to name this half left. Oh, that did not. Okay. You know what? Let's just name it left then. And then we'll name these two right. Record. Right. There we go. And then that's all I'm going to do for that group for now. Next are our 19 by 15 washes. So let's grab our main 19 by 15, main. Cool. All those. And then we'll name these 19 by 15. What the heck? 19 by 15 washes. There you go. Sorry about that. That was weird. I was being dumb. Alright, so now I do like to do group 1, 2, and 3 for these. Just because it's just seems a little easier for pixel mapping. Pixel mapping different fixtures, so let's just hit that. We'll name this group 1. We'll grab 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 2, and 2 right there. Cool. making sure I grabbed all my group 2s, which I believe I did. So we'll just hit record here, group, gosh darn it, 2. And then we'll do the same for group 3. So 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Is there any 3s over here? Group 3, 3, 3, and 3. So that should be all my group 3s. And I might have missed one, but we'll figure that out later down the line. There we go, group 3, done. So that is now all grouped together. So let's go ahead and start to program some fixtures. And if you have fixtures plugged up here, now is when you'll actually see them doing things that you want them to do. So let's go ahead and start programming our front wash. So I'm going to click on front wash, which, if you remember, that grabbed all of these fixtures here. And now I want my intensity at full. So now that fixture should in theory be on. And then we're going to hit record here. I just have to do front wash. And then 100%. 100%. There we go. And then I like to do it by 25, so I would go to 75%. And then do here, front wash 75%, and then 50. Record here, front wash 50%, and then 25. And then record here, front wash 25%, and then off, which should be front wash off. Front wash 0%. So now we've got all of our front wash and our presets. So if you just go ahead and do the same, I don't like doing blinders here. So we'll just go ahead and move with our 6 bars. Actually, hold up. I screwed this up real quick. So here's what we're going to do actually, is I'm going to just name this 100, wait, so not what I meant to do. Clear everything. Alright, that 100%, this 75%, this 50%, this is going to be 25%, and this is going to be 0%. And then, so now that that's there, we're going to go ahead and do our 6 bars. So we want 100%, and then we want to record that intensity into this preset, as well as our front wash, and we want to click merge current data, and then we just go ahead and start doing the same with everything else. So 50%, or I guess 75, let's bump it up to 75, hit record, intensity here, merge, 50, record, intensity here, merge, 25, record, intensity here, merge, and then 0, record, intensity here, merge. And I will show you guys why we do this, and it will come a lot easier by doing it this way with presets than it is to just record them straight to cues. Actually, it's not easier; it's technically more work, but in the long run, it'll be a lot easier. Because if you screw up something, if you want to change anything you want to change the preset, because anything that's built from a preset gets updated when you change that preset. Or when you update that preset, it updates every queue that that preset was in. So that is why we are doing it this way. And 0. Record intensity here, merge. And then we'll do the same here for record intensity here, merge. Record intensity here, merge. Record intensity here, merge. Record intensity here, merge. And then record intensity here. Wait, that's clear. Crap. That. Record intensity here, merge. There we go. That is all of our intensities built. Next, let's head on over to our colors. So let's just grab our front wash, which we want outer for now, and you'll see what this does later. But first we want all reds. So we just want to make sure everything else is off. There we go. Red. Hit record. Color here. Just name it red. Green. Record. Color here. Green. Blue. Record. Color here. Blue. Next we want to do my white, but I want it a warm white like I taught you guys last video. So full, center, 0, full. That is a warm white. Record, color, here, name it white. Next I just had to do purple, yellow. So I just hit that. So that would be our purple. Next we want a yellow. Next I want an orange, which I usually think this looks like an orange with these fixtures. And then last I want a teal, which is that. So these are my main colors I like to use. And then inner, I want to only do white. That, and then that, and that. There you go. And then record, color, white, merge. There you go. 6 bars. If you just grab all of your pixels, we can do the exact same thing. Reds. Record, color, here, merge. Green. Oh my gosh. Green. And then record, color, here, merge. Blue. Record, color, here, merge. White. How do we want to do our white? Let's do another warm white, because why not? Record, color, here, merge. Purple. Record, color, here, merge. Yellow. Record, color, here, merge. Orange, which is usually 25 and 100. 100 red, 25 green is what I like to run usually. Obviously I can fine tune it on site. And then teal, which is that. Next we can do is strobes, which is the same. Do the same, and I will pick up this video once I've done that. Okay, now that we've got all of our colors, the reason why we do it this way is, let's just say we want to make a look. I want my front wash and my 6-bar 1000s at 100%, and I want them at purple. So now all of those lights are now 100% and purple, and then that is in my programmer, and I can record that as a cue here, which I actually have a chase here because I was helping someone else, so let me just delete that real quick. So that is why we do presets like that, to make things easier. The next and final thing I want to do in this video real quick is go ahead and help you guys set up your 2D plan so that you guys can kind of visualize and see what happens without the rig being set up. So first things first, let's go and clear our programmer. And we want to grab our front wash and then go to 2D plan, hit edit. And then you can zoom in and out and use this kind of as like your stage. So let's start with adding some fixtures. So we've got 16 fixtures here. So you click the add button, fixtures. And then I like to do this one. This is where you draw a straight line and it places all of them in that line. So let's just hit place fixtures, start here, and go all the way to about, let's say, there. So there's all of our front wash. Next we can clear that, and let's go ahead and add our blinders in. Actually no, well, let's not add our blinders that way. So for blinders or anything that has a multi-port fixture, you actually do it within the 2D plan. So if you click 2D plan, click add, and hit combined fixtures, these are all of your combined fixtures. So we want the, not the strobes, we want the blinders, 3 and 4. And then let's just say we have them from here to there. Man, these things are really blown out. Alrighty. This is going to be a really small stage then. Because those things are freaking massive. Next, we want to grab our 6-bar 1000s, which are also another combined fixture. So we'll just hit our 2D plan, hit add, and then we'll find all of our 6-bar 1000s, which are these guys. And then we'll just start from here and go to here. Let's just say. And then once they're placed, and if they're highlighted, like you said, you can kind of grab them, move them where you want them. So let's just say that's good. Next, we want our 4 strobes. So let's go ahead and grab those. Or I guess our 2 strobes. Those will just sit here and there. Sure, why not? Actually, let's just kind of space these out better, just so they're not on top of each other. So there's that. Next we want our, let's do all of our 19 by 15 sheds. And then we'll just kind of start here and then just kind of drag them across like so. And then let's just go ahead and grab our intimidator spots, because we have to come back here and select them because they're not a combined fixture. And then go 2D plan, add fixtures, and then let's just place these here to there. There we go. So now, once we are out of that, we can clear it, and then we can kind of zoom out, and let's just say there's a stage that is totally off center, but doesn't matter. Alright, so that is how you set up your presets and your 2D plan. And next we will show you guys how to program in some scenes and some chases and all the fun stuff. Sorry this video is kind of a mess, but more Onyx videos are to come. So stay tuned for those. Like I said, by the end of the series, you guys should have a fully working and up-to-date show file for your next festival.